Hey, everybody. Before we jump in, a quick disclaimer. The views we share are our own, and they're not professional, financial, or investment advice. Please consult a qualified professional for guidance that fits your situation. Now, let's continue. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
I feel like it's been a while. Today we're going to talk about ethical investing, which is something that Vanessa is probably more knowledgeable on because I am clueless. Though I did take some investment advice from you a couple of years ago. When I did do my little bit of research, I was hell-bent on doing ethical investing, but never really did anything with it. But before we get started, I have to give you guys the usual update. I had my colonoscopy. And
how does that go?
It was interesting. The procedure itself, it's like this non-event. I mean, you go and they put you to sleep and you wake up and there's no discomfort. I thought I was going to be farting nonstop afterwards, but I really wasn't. In fact, let's talk about farts.
Oh, no.
Because I don't know what, John, do you remember the medication, the name of the thing? Because I took something called Clenpic.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember it being that bad, though. Like you said, I mean, it wasn't really medication. I just remember drinking a lot of the liquid, if that's the medication you're referring to.
Well, there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of liquid, but they gave me these two little bottles. And earlier in the day, I had to take one bottle, and later in the day, I had to take a second bottle. And then before and after, I had to take a lot more fluids, whether it be Gatorade or water, juice, as long as it wasn't red or purple. I had some vegetable broth. But when you're in the process of cleaning out your system to make things easy for I don't know what the term would be, the GI doctor who's got the camera up your butt. When you think you're going to fart, don't fart, because a lot more than fart is going to come out. And just
Jesus Christ, guys, serious? You were talking about that in the beginning of the podcast?
We haven't done bodily fluids in a while, and I think this is important.
But this is so disgusting.
It is so nuts.
Like nobody needs to know exactly that.
Well, all evidence.
At first, you are not going to think anything because you're like sleeping, basically.
Well, that's during, though. I'm talking about the night before, drinking all the fluids and all that. And I will say that it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Drinking all the fluids was fine. I mean, I had vegetable broth for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I kind of had something to eat, 3 times that day, or at least I told my brain thought that was happening. But the consumption of all of those liquids, it is a lot, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And then the next day, the procedure itself is nothing. Like it's nothing. And
I didn't think the liquid even tasted that bad. I thought it'd be way worse because people told me it was horrible.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was like a non-event. I just remember being in the hospital room and having a conversation, and all of a sudden
you're out.
I'm out. Well, I don't remember, you don't remember being out, but all of a sudden you wake up and it's over and you're like, oh. And I was probably groggy, Vanessa. I mean, you picked me up, so I remember, it's not like you can drive right after, but I was quite happy. That's when Vanessa had her first job in the United States, and we were able to use her insurance.
Wow!
I'm like, oh, let's get a colonoscopy. I was so excited.
I was in here for 2 months.
She had good health insurance.
3 months.
That's awesome. Okay, I didn't know all that.
So I hated my job, Joy. When
I have some pretty good health insurance. I don't think I even had a copay, or at least not yet. But yeah, I strongly encourage anyone over 50 or maybe younger. John, you said it's now 45, right?
I think, don't quote me, but I think like 50s for sure, and a lot of doctors I think are starting to recommend it at 45. I think I got mine at 43.
Yeah.
Vanessa, right?
Especially if you 44. And
44.
especially if you have any family history.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
they even request before. But yes, that's good. My question is, how was the result? Everything was good.
Yeah,
Was
are
great.
you okay? That's like
That's the most
thing.
important part. I don't care about the farts, but I care about your health.
I am okay. I was told, and I'm quoting the GI doctor here, clean as a whistle.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I don't have to go through that again for another 10 years. So that's good. But I do want to emphasize how much of a non-event it is, because I want more people to get it. My own brother, he refuses to get it, and I'm wondering if it's a manly man thing, an alpha male thing, because that's the thing now. It's this new thing where the alpha male, kind of, I happen to be a thug life badass manly man. And it's like, yeah, okay, get a colonoscopy. So what? What does that have to do with manliness? I do think that people think that you're having this procedure and you're somehow less manly because you're getting a procedure.
I think though, for the most part though, I would take the other side of that, Joey. I think most people are so aware of all these procedures that can find cancers beforehand that most people are doing this stuff early, whether it's prostate screening or,
Oh, for sure.
So
but I just wish more would do it. I mean,
yeah, I think he's part of he's an educated person too. So I think people that are educated, I think he's part of the minority, to be honest. I think, but keep on him. Like, he's over 50, right? He's your older brother, right? Yeah.
Younger.
Or he's younger, but he's over 50. I mean, he needs to do it.
Yeah.
I think, where it really hits bad is, for whatever reason, the African American community. I don't know why. I think it's something in their genes, but a lot of African Americans, I think male and females, pass away early because of this.
Yeah. And really, I mean, it's such a life-saving bit of preventive. I don't know the word preventive medicine. I don't know, but it's something that is very important, like a breast cancer screening, a mammogram. Like it's just as important.
Just as important. And I think like all women get mammograms all the time, right? Like it's part of,
no,
I don't know.
It's not all the time too. It's after 40, guys.
Okay, but it's not like there's women that say, "Oh, I don't want to do that."
There are some raising community saying that they don't want to do it because many people believe that these can cause cancer. The
radiation.
Yeah. So there is many people I have talked that doesn't want to take it. So
yeah.
Okay. I think the most for people I know, I never really saw any research about it, but I have heard a few people talking about this.
Yeah.
Like the non-vaccines and all that stuff. So there is a crowd for everything. So
that's true. That's true.
Let's go back to our subject. I'm super happy that you are healthy, Joey.
Thanks.
And maybe it's a vegan diet, that's keeping you healthy.
Can I really quick talk about our t-shirts though before we go on the subject? So
heck yeah.
This is
maybe you should stand a little bit. Yeah.
This is Bruce Campbell
as Ash,
who is an actor. His name was Ash in the movies Evil Dead 2. He was also in
Army of Darkness,
which was a great movie.
That's the third.
It says Defend Animals, and it's a great t-shirt. I actually lost the first t-shirt I bought. I left it on the vegan cruise I took.
Oh wow.
And
let's give a plug to that t-shirt company.
I also left my plant-based mafia shirt on the vegan cruise. Yeah. But then I bought it again because it was a great shirt. So this is done by a guy named Vampire Vegan, right?
No, Vegan Vampire.
Vegan Vampire. Great guy. He is based out of South Florida. I think he travels around though, especially through Florida at different
events. But I think he sells online too.
He sells online. Joey is, I thought he was, but he's grabbing his coffee. I thought Joey was looking up the website, but I'll look it up right now. It's probably Vampire
He's cool. I mean, the t-shirts are very cool. He takes horror icons. Like, obviously, there's Ash from the Evil Dead movies. I have, from that company, Vegan Vampire, I have a t-shirt with Art the Clown on it from the Terrifier movies. And the little slogan up, I just rubbed the mic, sorry. The little slogan up top says, kill him with kindness. So that is the website, veganvampire.com?
No, it's veganvampireinc.com.
Okay, cool.
He's got great shirts. He's got, I'm looking right now. He's got, well, just go on the site. You guys will see. Yeah. Oh, he's got the Psycho Eat Animal. Not only shirts, he's got stickers. I got to show you guys my sticker because it's awesome. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
What I'll do is in the comments, I'll leave a link to the website. So they get a little free plug. They deserve it. Maybe next time we see them at the vegan block party, they'll give us a free shirt. Wink, wink. You can never have too many t-shirts. God knows I have plenty. I just bought some the other day. I went to
another day we went to an event with them.
Oh yeah, that's.
And they do the raffle.
Yeah.
That's the name. And Brad got a shirt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he won.
So for those of you who aren't watching this on video, John is holding up a sticker with Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman from the American Psycho movie. The sticker says, "Psychos eat animals."
I love this one. This is so awesome.
I also love that you're promoting Apple products with that.
Yes. This is my old computer that I don't use anymore. So
well, it's indirectly, it's not a directly non-vegan company, maybe indirected, but it's still up.
I should give my little brother a shout out too. That's his favorite movie. That's his favorite movie of all time.
Really? That's his favorite movie?
Favorite movie. He actually has a Patrick Bateman doll in his house. He's kind of sick. Yeah, he loves serial killers.
Well, the movie isn't like it's actually very metaphorical. It's actually it's a very feminist movie. It's directed by a woman, written by a gay woman.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, if you really watch the movie and try to unwrap what it's actually trying to say, it's not truly about a serial killer. It's a very feminist movie. It's interesting.
Wow.
The writer of the book, Bret Easton Ellis, is a gay man, and so he was actually, when he wrote that book, he was saying a lot as far as our society and how men treat women, and so it's actually it doesn't seem like it on the surface, especially when you look at some of the more horrific parts of the book. But the book and the movie, they both have a lot to say about feminism.
The soundtrack is amazing too. So many Phil Collins songs.
I think it's amazing, but I think you have to go back to the subject.
Yes, Vanessa, we have not really even touched on it yet.
Yes, and we already talked how many minutes. I even don't know.
So the subject is, why are vegans poor? Is that the subject?
Well, I'm titling it.
I have heard that for one person once in our party. Here, did you remember last year? Let me just close again the door because my cat stopped crying and I can hear from the other room.
I don't remember this. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Our improvised podcast with a bunch of cats crying and dogs snoring. So, anyways, last year I hosted the Thanksgiving. Did you remember Friendsgiving?
Yes.
We did in my place. So, and we invite a few people that we know from the community, but you don't know like as close as like Joey, like Brad, like Virginia, whatever.
Yeah.
And one lady in the end, she made this comment. I don't know if you guys remember. We were talking about houses in South Florida, selling houses, for the real estate community talking about. And this person said, "Oh, I prefer work with vegans, but the vegans are all poor because they donate their money for all causes." Did you remember that?
I do remember that.
And I was like, I was shocked. And I got what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Because
do you agree or not agree?
I think that
there is some truth there.
Yeah.
there is some truth about believing to give more than receive, or feel bad because if you are an investor, we are going to go deep on that, but I think there is some part that it is, but there is like the percentage, regular percentage of regular people that are not vegan. How much is the percentage that you really know that really have money? You know, how is the percentage if you think about the entire world? How is the percentage of people that really have money?
Well, I think there is that perception that vegans are very privileged, that it's a very, you have to have a certain kind of income in order to be vegan, but it's pure bullshit. Like if you really think about it, vegan food is cheap. Like beans are cheap. Produce is relatively cheap. Maybe not now, but produce is relatively cheap, and it's the stuff where they try to mimic fake meat that's expensive. If I go buy Beyond Burgers, if I go buy Impossible Burgers, or the Gardein this, or the Daring that, yeah, that's going to be expensive. But if you go buy beans and rice and fruits and vegetables and pasta, no, that's not expensive at all. In fact, you're probably going to cut your grocery bill in half.
But even though, Joey, if you compare in US, there is many affordable fake stuff.
Oh, sure.
There are many.
And like, Publix has buy one, get one every other day.
Yeah, buy one, get one. People that go to Costco, they can buy, I don't know. I don't go to Costco, but many people like to go, and they buy like a bunch of like so cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So I think you still have so many options, the fake in US, that's affordable. It's a different scenario than Brazil. Brazil, a tofu can cost more than a pound of meat. That's for sure. So here, that's not our reality. But if you want to be the regular vegan, health vegan, yes, you're going to save money because beans cost less than meat, and there is no question about it. Even though this industry receives so many tax incentives from the government, they still spend too much more money to produce 1 pound of 1 kilo of meat than tofu or beans or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think there is some deep reality, but in the other hand, is the same thing. There is a percentage of people that really have money is small if you compare with people that is like living to paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And this you do not be different than the vegan community.
Right.
The difference is a small percentage. So the population, we are what, 1%, 2% people are talking about now?
Yeah.
2%. How much is the percentage of people that's going to have money? How much of the percentage that people you be living paycheck to paycheck? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
This is my opinion, but I wish I could see this scenario change it, and see all the vegans with a lot of money for donate or do whatever they want to do with their money. Travel to see animals, travel to see other vegans or whatever.
I think like anything else, it's just the law of averages.
Yeah.
If you go to a, let's call it the vegan block party, you're going to get every type of vegan.
Yeah.
You're going to get different races. You're going to get different income levels, different ages. But I tell you what, if you go on the vegan cruise, which we went on, I'd say the majority of those people are kind of affluent.
Yeah.
Because it costs a lot to go on the vegan cruise.
Yeah.
If you go to any kind of vegan vacation and you're meeting other people, if you go to some high-end vegan restaurants, some of those people might have some money. Yeah. It just kind of depends on where you go. So I just think, like Vanessa said, there's all different types of income levels, within the vegan community. So
it's the same.
There's just not that many of them. There's just not that many vegans, so it's kind of hard to find the people that actually, have money or don't have money. It's just there's not that many unless you go to some huge event, right? So,
and I think that a lot of non-vegans will, happily latch on to anything that they can latch on that would make them feel better about, putting vegans in their place, like, oh, vegans are privileged, you have to have money to be vegan. They're going to latch on to that because even though it's bullshit, there's no way to convince them otherwise. They can listen to this episode, but they're going to have that cognitive dissonance. I was accused of loving that phrase or term, by the way, cognitive dissonance, but I do, and I think it's apropos, especially when it comes to vegans and non-vegans. But anyway, yeah, I think that they're going to latch on to that because it benefits them to latch on to that. It benefits them to be able to have this negative feeling toward vegans and assume that they're all rich, privileged folks, when it's really not true. I mean, if you look around the world, the kind of people who are vegans, they're not all rich,
No.
It's a silly argument, but it's one that they're going to love.
Well, it's interesting because you're saying that's the argument that you see, where Vanessa just told a story about someone else who sees it on the other side.
Right. Yeah.
So
but if it's just like flat earthers, if you present them science that proves that the earth is round, they're going to dismiss it. But
they can't right now go to the supermarket and start comparing how much costs a pound of meat and how much costs a pound of beans or tofu. There is a big difference there, like a huge difference, to be honest.
Oh,
for you to have an idea, right now, of course, the price is changing, but when we became vegan, I became buying everything organic. For some reason, I didn't want pesticides, and I started like, okay, I'm going to change it. I want to do all this. And even though I was buying everything like a really high quality and more expensive, we know that organic is not cheap. Right. I was spending like a 20% less in my month bill from supermarket.
That's awesome.
Right now, this I'm talking about 6 years ago. So actually October. No, it was November. Basically turned 6 years that we started the path to be vegans.
Your vegan anniversary. You had your
it's our vegan anniversary. I don't remember exactly the day, but I received like a reminder from Facebook from a meal, and I remember that was one of the first meals I did. So like, oh, that's cool. It was cute.
Yeah, it was in October or November.
I think it was November. Yeah.
I seem to remember October, but yeah, could be around that time.
Anyways, you can save money and get this amount you save being vegan, helping animals, help the environment, and put in investments.
Yes.
One last thing I want to say about too, if there are vegans out there that are kind of struggling with finding cheap options, beans. There are so many different types of beans out there to eat, and they're not expensive. You can have so many variations of beans and rice. It's very cheap. I had beans in my life, but not that often until I met my wife, who is from Brazil, and Vanessa had beans and rice her whole life. And so we have beans and rice, 4 or 5 days a week, and I never get sick of them, ever. I think as Americans, we grow up kind of like beans are like poor food. And we think of beans like out of the can, and they're kind of gross, right? But like the way Vanessa prepares them and the way they're supposed to be prepared is you soak the beans for a day or two. And Vanessa can obviously speak more on this, but I just think for people that are struggling to, find cheap options to eat as a vegan, beans. You go to the grocery store, there's 10 different kinds of different beans. Try them out.
I'd say way more than 10.
Right.
And I personally like, I think it's more a legume than a bean, but I like chickpeas a lot.
Chickpeas are amazing.
It's a bean too.
Yeah.
It's a bean.
Yeah, chickpeas. I would say I have like at least a scoop of chickpeas about 3 or 4 times a week, just because it goes with whatever. You throw it on your food and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And also when I go to Chipotle, I always get Vanessa's favorite word. I get pinto beans because I find pinto beans delicious and filling. Even over black beans. And I know that, me being half Cuban, it might be a kind of a betrayal to not choose black beans, because black beans are so Cuban.
I like them both. One bean I don't like is refried beans. I can't do them. The way they're prepared, I can't.
So
Yeah,
it's like
it's
a mush.
basically mashed. It's
Yeah, they're like
mashed
smashed
beans.
beans. I'm not a fan. That's
But
the
you
one.
know, Joy, I cannot order pinto beans without a laugh.
Yeah, maybe we should tell our listeners what, because I think we've gone over this, but that was like in episode 2. So Vanessa, maybe you should explain why pinto beans, why that makes you chuckle.
Pinto in Brazil means the man instrument.
It means penis. You can say it.
Pinto is the Brazilian Portuguese word for penis.
One of them, because we have many of them, but the one of the most popular one, you know. And the first time I listened that, the guy asked me in a Mexican restaurant, was me and John, and the guy asked, black beans are pinto beans. I like, what? What again?
So what are pinto beans called in Brazil?
Feijão carioca.
Feijão carioca.
Feijão carioca. Exactly.
Okay.
Is beans from Rio? No.
Yeah, but in Rio they don't eat the pinto beans. That is the feijão carioca.
Really?
They eat the black beans. Yeah, it's pretty funny. The rest, basically, of the country use more the pinto beans than the black beans. Normally, we in Brazil we don't eat this variety of beans that has in the grocery here. I don't know if because it has people from so many countries and people eat so many different beans all over South America, for example. In Brazil, they normally have the pinto beans, the black beans, and sometimes you can find salad with that black-eyed bean.
Oh, black-eyed peas, yeah. Oh,
it's black or pinto.
That's interesting. I always considered black-eyed peas to be like a very southern thing.
So I think it is, actually.
Yeah. But it never even occurred to me that people in other countries might be eating it.
Me neither. Well, they do it. They do it with like okra, like black-eyed peas and okra.
Well, I make it at home. Now I make all the kind of beans, the red, the huge, the white, the butter bean. I love all of them now. Has so many things to do with that. But anyways, guys, let's go back to our super chat. That is not about pinto and is not about beans.
Not about pinto. I like how you created the distinction. Not about pinto, not about beans. Well played, Vanessa. Well played.
Anyways, today the subject is about investing.
Yes.
So I don't know where I can start because I have so much about to talk.
I mean, then I can kind of start to sort of lead us in a certain direction, because I remember when I went to your investment class, your unofficial class. For those of you who don't know, Vanessa likes to dabble in investing. She's very good at it. And she knows, the stock market, this and that. And so for some of us who are not as educated in such things, she provided like a meetup of sorts to sort of go over what she's learned and how we can benefit from what she's learned. She was, teaching us basically. And what I learned was that it's not something I wanted to do just yet. Maybe at some point I will, but I wanted to explore it. So I explored the possibility of investing in companies I wanted to invest in. Like, I wouldn't invest in fucking Tesla, but I would invest in maybe beyond. I would invest in companies that I think are good for animals, good for the planet. And there are actually, you can buy, what is it? It's an initial, Vanessa.
ETF.
Yes, thank you. Did you say
ETF?
DTF?
ETF.
Oh,
no,
ETF.
It's an ETF. It's called an ETF.
Yeah, because DTF is something totally different. Do you guys know what DTF?
Let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there.
So ETF is a type of investment. It's not the actual initials, Joey.
Okay. But when I looked into ETFs,
it's like a basket with a bunch of companies.
Right. And you can buy certain ETF packages that are ethical investments. And that was something I was willing to look into, but then I didn't. And then, life happens, and I had a lot of vet bills to pay for. And so all of that money that I was going to invest went down the drain. No, I won't say it went down the drain. It saved my dog's life. I'll just leave it like that.
And it went in some what's the name?
Comic books.
Comic books.
More than some, yes.
I hope they will increase in value the next few weeks.
Well, I will say that a lot of what I bought in comic books, it's like jewelry. You know, you can resell it, and sometimes for more money than what you bought it for. But I won't bore our listeners.
Or the bugs eat them or something like that.
What?
There is bugs that eat old paper. What's the name of these bugs? In Brazil, it's called traça.
Is that maybe
bugs that they can eat
termites? I think it's termites. Wood,
Yeah.
the ones that
it's
eat
not
wood.
termites. It's not termites. Termites eat wood.
Moths.
Could be.
Yeah.
The ones that are in the closet that eat moths.
Yeah, they can eat your clothes. They can eat stuff that is packed in the.
Well, all of my comics are the regular comics are in bags and boards, but the special comics are encased in plastic, so they're safe from paper eating bugs.
Okay,
that's but good. Yeah, I love the idea that you can have ethical investing, and that's something at some point in the future I will look into and probably throw money into. I don't know, Vanessa. I think that it's easier said than done, though. Like every company is going to have something shady about it. But you can, like with veganism, you do the best you can, you know?
Yeah, it's very complicated, you say, because even like a big companies like, I think it's the Beyond Burger that is independent. Let's see if I got the note if it's the Beyond Burger.
Yeah, I remember Beyond when they first went into the stock market, when they went public, it was huge, but since then it's been going down, I believe.
Yeah, it's not a good company to invest at all. But even though if you think, oh, but I'm investing on them because they only produce vegan food, but they are owned by Black Hawk Money that own a bunch of other companies like Tyson, is
really?
Smithfield. It's Black Hawk Money. They own everything.
BlackRock.
So even though never is guaranteed that you're going to invest in one company, that the company is 100% vegan, but their profit go for their owners that can direct that money everywhere, including for killing animals. So I don't know. It's a very hard subject. I have thought many times about that. I would never invest in a company that directly exploit animals. Okay, like JBS, that's huge, one of the biggest export that's from Brazil. I would never put my money on them. In the past, they were my clients. When I was an engineer, working as an engineer, they were my clients. Oh, wow. But I would never. I work like with chemicals for cans. And so I didn't have to go in their facility that kill animals. I always went in the facility that was making the, the corned beef.
Corned beef,
That's the most thing that they export. So that was the kind of can that they used to make. But I never, my dissonance, I never want to walk inside the other facility. Yeah. And every single time they had any test going there, no, I'm not going because I didn't want to see it. Once I saw, I would hate them. I would hate everything. I would change my life and drop my job.
You would have been vegan 20 years ago.
I would have been vegan 20 years ago.
It probably would have been a lot tougher because I wasn't even vegan 20 years ago. And that, I mean, when I went vegan, and that was only 13 years ago, it was already a lot better. Like Gardein had just come out and it was available at Publix, but 20 years ago, I don't think there was anything. I think but you're a strong person, Vanessa. I think you would have been able to stick with it even in Brazil. But like when I hear about people who went vegan 20 years ago, or who is it in our group who's been vegan for like 30, 40 years?
Mary.
Yes. I'm still blown away by that because the world.
She raised her kids vegan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that's another level of challenge because it's people, it's schools, it's everything on you. I can't imagine how hard it is. Yeah. But I don't know how would it be, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. So I just became vegan 6 years ago, but going back to the main subject. So I do never buy a company that like abuse the animal directly. I can't do that. This is really total against everything I believe.
Yeah.
But for example, people that has their 401k. So for who is not from US, 401k is a kind of like a retirement plan that companies offer. So they pay part, you pay part, you can contribute, or how exactly can explain better for people understand this?
No, you said it right, that the employee contributes money into it, and so does the employer.
Not always.
Yeah.
Not always, really?
No, it is not always.
Most companies don't match. If you have a company that matches a 401k, it's an extra benefit. A lot of companies offer 401ks, and then some companies will match it. They'll match up to 3%, some up to 5%.
I've never had a 401k, so I'm ignorant.
But the ones you have is kind of like that, no? So they invest in the market.
I'm sorry?
Correct? The one you have?
Well, no, I have a pension, so that's totally different. But I do have something called deferred comp, which is kind of like it's like a 401k, but it's but there's no contribution from the employer. That's just 100% me. It's like an IRA basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in US, they make all these contribution basically on the market, the stock market. Different in other countries like Brazil. Brazil, normally the employee pay like a government kind of fund. Okay. So give more freedom for people, better investments, in my opinion, when you can invest your money for retirement in the stock market. But also, people even don't know what they are really investing on their 401k. Yeah. And many vegans had no idea what has in their 401k.
Yeah.
And many times I listen people say, "Oh, I just put the money in the market in the SP 500, the 500 biggest companies in US." I have to say, you guys, if you're putting money in the SP 500, there's a bunch of animal abusers there. So, and it's hard to control. It's almost impossible because normally it's some advisor that is controlling these accounts. People don't want to get in these accounts because they don't have idea how it works, how invest. It's just a complicated subject. And how we are going to do?
Well, guys, we should hold on. We should tell everyone here. We should have said this before. None of this is advice. So please don't take any of this as advice.
Yeah, we're not professionals.
We're not professionals. We should have started that in the beginning. Maybe Joey can put that into the beginning because we don't want anyone to lose money. Because
we're not giving any advice for now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We have to say that. Trust me.
Well, we are saying, but
we have to really drive it home. We don't want advice. The thing about when I had my 401k, when I was a mortgage broker a long time ago, they didn't match, but I know I wasn't good with money. I mean, I was in my mid-20s, and they said, okay, well, you can contribute X amount of money, X percentage of your paycheck to your 401k. And I think I did the max because I'm like, I'm not great with saving money, but this is a way I'm going to save my money, right? And it was like 5%. I had no idea where it was going. All I knew was you could pick 3 buckets. One was risky, one was like medium, and one was conservative. I picked the risky one.
Of course.
But I had no idea what stocks it went to or anything. I'm glad I did it though, because I mean, after I had left that company after 4 or 5 years, I had, $30,000 that I had contributed. That was like a little savings account that I had I knew it was always there, but I never touched it, and it was nice.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Yeah.
And I remember I was in my mid-20s, and I think I left probably late 20s. That was like the only money I had.
Did you bought your Porsche after that?
Probably. Like with all the money I had, I bought a Porsche Cayenne. I lived large back in the day, and I did not have a ton of money. The one mistake I did, I remember, this was in like 2012, I want to say, maybe even earlier. It was We could look it up. It's when Facebook went public.
Yeah.
And people our age, Joey, it's a lot different now than it used to be. Now you got like Robinhood apps. You got kids like in their teens investing, right?
Yeah.
You get taught entrepreneurship in high school.
Well, when Facebook went public, there was no smartphone yet.
We didn't. No one invested. Like the average person didn't invest in stocks, right? Like our generation, they just didn't. They invested in their homes, and maybe they had a 401k, right? Yeah. But I remember Facebook was going public, and I'm like, man. And this is when I think Groupon had just gone public, and the internet was just kind of like really booming, right? And I'm like, this has to hit. It's already hit. How can this crash? And it went public at like 20. And I didn't buy it. And I told myself I was going to put because I was aggressive as hell. I've always been. I was going to put my whole 401k, I think it was like 25 or 30,000 at the time into that.
You should.
No shit, I should.
Right now it's more than 200 each one of Google.
The one thing I will say, everyone, the young people that are listening to us or viewing us, you can make mistakes when you're young, and I think rebound from it because you're going to be working for another, 30, 40, 50 years. So it's okay if you make maybe longer, right? Well, if you're in your 20s.
Well, if you're in your 20s and you start investing right now, you don't need to work 50.
Correct. If you invest you can be aggressive a little bit, but you can also be really conservative and make a lot of money. There's something called compound interest, which my mom always drove the point home to me. I did not listen to her, but she told me many times, open up an IRA very, very young, and you contribute. It's kind of like the 401k. There's a maximum you can contribute, a percentage of your income. And if you do that every single year, it just compounds and compounds and compounds, and little amounts grow huge.
Can I make a suggestion? And this is going to be very jarring, and I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Can we end this and start? Because I think this is going to have to be a two-parter because we're already at 45 minutes, and I don't think we've really gone into everything. So can we end this part one and then start a part two?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's just end it here, and then we'll take it up next week.
Okay.
So sorry guys, but I think it's just better this way. So for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And we'll see you next week as we continue our discussion on ethical investing. Bye everyone.
Ciao.